All right, my dears, you are almost there, and this really isn't that new. I just want to make sure you absolutely know what it's asking you to do, okay? Yes, I know we've done this freight train problem a couple times, but we're doing another new piece with it, so let's get going. So we're going to be solving using our proportional relationships. So we've been writing the equations, now we're going to use them to actually solve without having to use the table and graph. So we're just using this to get us started with the equation. So you know the freight train example. And it's asking us to write an equation that expresses y in terms of x. Remember, that just goes back to every time we're talking about y equals and then whatever is happening to x. We've done this one before. We're doing times 50 each time, so it's y equals 50x. If you don't remember that, feel free to go back and look at the last time when we did this. I believe it was in 1C. Feel free, but otherwise I'm moving forward. So now here's like the real important reason that we use our equation. The whole point is that we don't want to have to draw a graph or a table or do all these things every time. We want to use the equation to figure out for higher numbers or for any possibility, what would the answer be? So it says use your equation to find the distance the train travels in 6 hours. Well, obviously that's not on our table, so we're going to use our equation to help. So the first thing first is to rewrite the equation. Okay, and then we're taking 50 times x, which is hours, right? That's what we're doing each time. And it says 6 hours, so I'm going to substitute that in. I'm just showing multiplication with parentheses. You can do the dot or whatever. It doesn't matter. Just another way to show it, okay? So when we do 50 times 6, we know that 5 times 6 is 30, another 0 on it. So y equals 300, and make sure we put our label, which is miles. So 300 miles, okay? Very simple. Didn't want to have to draw a table out for that. Just wanted to get right to it. Okay, let's try one more. If you need to go back, feel free, but otherwise moving forward. We've got our graph again about the whole, total earnings based on how many hours you work. So let's take a look at this graph and figure out the equation first. I don't think we did this one before, so let's make sure we truly do understand what's happening. So our x is hours worked, right? And just going up by ones. And so we want to look and see, okay, at 1 hour worked, they earn $14. So that means that we're going to have y equals 14x. We're multiplying x by 14 each time to figure out the dollars earned, which is y. Okay, so that's our equation. So then it says use your equation to find the total earnings for someone who works 7 hours. Okay, so again, rewrite your equation, substitute what you have for x, which was 7 hours. Okay, and so we're doing 14 times 7. If you need to do that work off to the side, feel free. I'll give you a second to do that. Or you can pause the video. And our answer with the label, because we're finding out earnings, is $98. Okay, that's really it. You know how to do that. Pretty simple. So make sure you stop. Don't go any further. You need to go get your last quick check before you move on to the next section of the grid, which is correcting your pre-assessment. And then it will shortly be your summative. You can do it. Bye.